Hello, Flouflé. Welcome to my first ever YouTube video that's not a short. I'm honestly really nervous, but also super excited to finally start making longer videos because I've wanted to do this for a while now. I thought it would be fun to start off with a speed paint and casually talk about my art process while you guys watch me draw. Before we get into the artwork itself, I wanted to do a small introduction first for the people who don't know me yet. Hi, my name is Soufflé, and I'm a Filipino artist who uses both traditional and digital art. I usually start my drawings traditionally on paper before moving everything digitally because it's honestly the workflow that feels the most comfortable for me. Sketching on paper first helps me adjust poses and proportions way easier without getting overwhelmed. For all my digital illustrations, I use IbispaintX. I've been using it for a really long time now, and I honestly love how simple and accessible it is, especially since it's free. Over time, I just got really comfortable with all the layers, clipping masks, brushes, and features inside the app. My art style is also heavily inspired by Keepseal on TikTok. I absolutely love the way she colors and renders her illustrations because everything looks so soft and colorful. I even use some of her brushes for my own drawings because I really like the texture they give. Of course, I'm still experimenting with my own style and trying to improve little by little. I feel like every artist constantly changes over time. And honestly, I think that's part of the fun. There's still a lot I want to learn in the future, especially when it comes to backgrounds, lighting, and more dynamic poses. Now that the introduction is over, let's finally talk about today's drawing. For today's piece, I decided to create a character based on the logo I designed for my account. And yes, the logo technically existed before the character itself because I genuinely was not planning ahead at that time. I only knew I wanted a cute aesthetic for my branding. So I designed the logo first and only later realized I should probably make an actual mascot character for it too. As usual, I started by importing my traditional sketch into IbispaintX before cleaning everything up digitally. I adjusted a few parts of the sketch while redrawing because sometimes things look different once they're on a digital canvas compared to paper. While designing the character, I wanted to keep all the important elements from the logo itself. I used the same color palette and included details like the bunny theme, paws, bows, and the ruffles surrounding the logo. I tried making sure the design still felt connected to the original branding while also looking like an actual character, instead of just a human version of the logo pasted together. After thinking about the design for a while, I realized that a maid-inspired outfit would probably fit the aesthetic best. The bows and ruffles already gave off a really soft and elegant vibe, so I leaned more into that direction while designing the clothes. I also wanted the character to still feel connected to the original logo, so I tried keeping the same cute and fluffy feeling throughout the entire design. For the rendering process, I followed my usual workflow. I started with the base colors first, then added cell shading to give the piece more depth. After that, I moved on to rendering and blending some areas to soften the illustration more. I also recolored the linear art to match the colors around it because I think pure black linear art can sometimes look too harsh. I feel like softer linear art makes the whole piece look more polished and cohesive overall. One thing I really enjoyed while making this piece was adding the smaller details. I feel like the tiny design elements are what really helped bring the character to life. The bows, little ruffles, fluffy details, and even the small accessories made the design feel more complete. At some point, it slowly stopped feeling like just a logo and started feeling more like an actual mascot with personality. This piece ended up taking me around 7 hours to finish because it was fully rendered, but honestly, I think all the time was worth it. Rendering always takes the longest for me, especially with hair and clothing folds, but seeing everything come together at the end is always really satisfying. I'm genuinely really happy with how the final design turned out, and I feel like it represents my account aesthetic really well. Thank you so much for watching my first longer YouTube video, Flouflés. I'm still pretty new to making commentary videos like this, so I was honestly nervous while recording. But I hope you enjoyed watching the speed paint and hearing me talk about my process. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing so you can stay updated for future uploads. I also post shorter art videos on TikTok, and my username there is also rdrawflai. That's all for now, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the speed paint. Goodbye, Flouflés!